Hello, everybody. We're going to go over the lesson, exchanges and refunds. So let's say you buy some clothes and they're either too big or they're too tight, too small, too baggy. Um, there there is a problem with the clothing item and you want to return it and try to get your money back. So let's go ahead and start from the top. How may I help you? This is going to be the store clerk asking you, what do you need help with? How can I help you out? And then, of course, there is an issue, there is a problem, and you want to return this clothing item that you do not like because you have an issue with it. So you can start your phrase with, I'd like to return. And then, of course, remember you've got the singular clothing items like shirts, sweaters, jackets. And then you got plural clothing items such as shoes, glasses, pants, jeans. In that case, you would use these. And remember, this and these means the item is close to the speaker. So this, a single item is close to you, and these, a dual or plural item is near you. So let's just say we want to return a sweater. So I'd like to return this sweater is single. I'd like to return this sweater for a refund. So you want to return this sweater and you want to get your money back. And let's do a plural item. I'd like to return these pants for a refund. So yeah, you can add different words in with the clothing item. Just make sure you're using the correct demonstrative pronoun or determiner, I mean. So the next question the clerk will probably ask you, what's the problem or what seems to be the problem? So seems is, kind of the appearance. There's a problem has appeared here. So what seems to be the problem with this clothing item? And of course, depending if the clothing item is a single item of clothing or a dual or plural item of clothing, it's going to determine whether you use its or theirs. So its, of course, is it is, and there is they are. So if it's a sweater, we want to say it is or its. It's too, and then you give a problem. So maybe the sweater is way too big for you. You put it on and you found out, wow, it's really big. So you can say, it's too big for me. It's too big for me. Now another variation of this, you can also use on me. It's too big on me. So, the clothes go on you, so you can say, it's too big on me. Same thing would go with pants. What seems to be the problem? They're too big on me, or they're too big for me. Now with pants, maybe they're tight, they don't fit around your waist correctly. In that case, you can say they're too tight for me or they're too tight on me. So you have stated your problem and you want to get a refund, you want to get your money back, and the clerk is going to ask you next is, do you have your receipt? The little piece of paper they give you when you make a purchase, when you buy something. Do you have your receipt? You need to give your receipt, and this will determine whether or not you'll get a refund or the store is going to go some other direction. So do you have your receipt? And of course, we've got two answers here. If yes, you do have a receipt, you would say yes. And then here you are. Here you are, which means you give the receipt to the clerk. Now, if you have no receipt, you would just say, no, I don't. No, I don't. And if you can also say a complete sentence, no, I don't have it on me. So if you have no receipt, you can say this expression here. So this would be the first part of your conversation. So you're trying to return some clothes and you're trying to get a refund. Okay, we are now going to go on to our next section. Okay, now the next section we have where we're just going to be going over the policy of the store. So we're going to go over the section of yes, I have a receipt, or no, I don't have a receipt. I don't have it on me. So yes, if we do have a receipt, then the conversation comes to a conclusion a little quicker. So the once you give your receipt, once you say here you are, the the store clerk will ask you, would you like your refund added to your card or in cash? So added to your card, that means maybe your bank card, you want the money transferred back into your bank card. Or in cash, this just means an actual physical money. So they will just give you money on the spot. So depending on how you would want the refund, and of course this will depend on the policy in the store, you can say I'd like it added to my card. I'd like it added to my card. So we're using the possessive my because it's my card. The store clerk is asking, would you like the refund added to your card? So they are mentioning something that belongs to the listener, and the speaker is going to use the possessive my when they're talking about their card. So yes, I'd like it added to my card. And if you just want it in cash, which is physical money, I'd like it in cash. So you'd get your refund in cash by just saying this sentence here. I'd like it in cash. Now, in the event that there is no receipt, the clerk asks you, do you have your receipt? No, I don't have it on me. Well, the clerk is going to say, well, I'm sorry, but we cannot provide a refund without a receipt. So this means no receipt without a receipt. So they can't give you your money back. So if the store clerk tells you this, you can ask, what are my options? What other options do you have? Because you have this clothing item that is too big on you, it's too tight on you, too small on you, and you just want to return it. So in this case, you would ask, what are my options? And typically there will be two options that most stores will give you. They will offer you an exchange, which you can take, in which you can exchange the clothing item that you have a problem with one that you would not have a problem with. So if you have a sweater that's too small, you can exchange it for a sweater that will be a little bigger and that will fit you better. Or they can offer you a store credit, which means they'll give you a piece of paper like a receipt, and it'll have the amount of money. It'll be like a coupon almost, and it'll have the amount of money that you've spent on this item, and you can kind of just use this the next time you shop at this store, or it could be on that day. So depending on what you would want, we can say we can offer you an exchange or store credit. Now in this case, you can answer, I'll take the, and then you can say exchange or store credit. So let's just say I'll take the exchange. So you're going to trade items. So you're going to get rid of this item that you have a problem with, and then you're going to get one that you are not going to have a problem with. And you can also say, I'll take the store credit. Now, one thing to remember here is this. The different department stores, different clothing stores are going to have different policies. There have been times when I've had no receipt, but I've still been able to get a refund. So it's going to depend on the store. So this dialogue. It's not completely binding, but I would say most clothing stores, if you do not have a receipt, they will offer you an exchange or a store credit for that store. But in some cases, yes, if you have no receipt, sometimes they will give you a refund. So that is going to conclude this lesson on exchanges and refunds. And we're going to go ahead, well, yeah, this lesson is finished. And thank you very much for following along. And I will see you in the lesson wrap up.